filming.
Hey. Thank you. Microphone. Right there. We got there. Grab it. There we go.
Hello, everyone. This is an historic day for Canada. And it's a historic day for us as a company, and a big day for advancing public policy on drugs globally. So we should all be very proud of the leadership role that we are playing here as a company and as Canadians. So everybody give yourself a round of applause. I think there's a few very quick people to thank. Firstly, we would not be here without all of the activists who worked for decades and decades to draw attention to the wonders of this plant and how the old way wasn't working. And the visionary leaders in Canada who saw that and took action and brought us to this point today. So thank you to them. Thank you to the town of Smiths Falls from us. 5 years ago, you welcomed us. It wasn't an obvious, easy choice, but you did it anyway. And you've supported us ever since, so thank you. And the biggest thank you goes to the staff of Tweed and Canopy Growth. Look around, there are a lot of tired faces. People have been working for years, and particularly these last few days, people were sleeping at the office. And I think what's incredible, it's the kind of work that people don't do just for more money. They do it because they are part of something, they are part of a historic moment, they are part of an exciting company, and they are part of just something incredible. So thank you to everyone at Canopy. History, we have the vendor of the first legal recreational gram in Canada beside me, Bruce Linden.
12 o'clock in 5 seconds. And the most important thing we did is we kept the receipt. Because there's been a lot of cannabis sold that almost no one ever got a receipt. We thought that was pretty important. So we're going to put the receipt in here in some place that looks sort of like a portion of a historic site. So,
what was the gentleman's name?
So we had 2 people. I didn't want it to be misrepresented. We actually had 2 first customers. We had a young lady who was from Labrador, and after 1 hour's sleep last night, I will remember everyone's name in about an hour. And she was a bit younger, and her view was like, how did we get there? Because this is just not sensible, and I want to mark people getting sensible. And then we had a gentleman who's had a bit longer life on the planet, who he'd had some twists and turns in life, and this had been a burden on him for pretty much most of his adult life. And so he got there and stood in line because as soon as the sale occurred, he had a tear. And there were a lot of people there yesterday who this was like lifting something off their shoulders. And so I would say you could feel that in the room and you could talk to him and he expressed it. And so with those 2 people, we kind of opened up the topic. And our biggest challenge in Newfoundland was everybody wanted in the store, nobody wanted to leave the store. True story. And that doesn't make it the easiest commerce platform. But we ended up having a lineup that went out the door, down the hill, all the way to the bottom of the block and towards into the bay. Wow. And then I saw pictures as I was coming here. That got repeated across the country. And the effect of that is it made for great camera coverage. People could talk about it. And so today has been a media day, and I don't mean just this media. I mean BBC, I mean CNBC, I mean coverage in French, English, you pick the languages, and everybody wants to know what's going on over in Canada. The British this morning asked me all the questions that we got 6 years ago. Why will doctors let this happen? Are we sure this is responsible? And we had to go through a discussion about the fact we're not doing anything new in Canada with cannabis other than regulating it and educating about it. And if you guys want to keep ignoring it, that's your choice, and the bad guys in your communities and countries will benefit from that. It's your choice. And it didn't seem like a really good choice once you start having that conversation. And so we've hosted, what, 20 countries here? At least. I expect we'll host a lot more. And what they're going to want to come and see is how you regulate, how you educate, how you do science, how you create better outcomes, because people are buying outcomes. What they want to do is stand in line so that Friday night's more fun. And a lot of people were happy to go on camera because they said nothing bad can happen now. That's pretty interesting, right? They walked in the store and they were comfortable to go on camera because they finally could do this without having to worry. That kind of said a lot. So I don't know if we have more of a specific program. I just feel very appreciative of the fact that we're here, the cameras are on, the world's watching, and it's a great first day. And tomorrow the headlines will either read, "Fantastic first day, Bambi takes step, doesn't fall down," or, "Oh my God, we're out." Yeah, and I thought it was appropriate when I was asked the question 11 times, do you think they're going to sell out? And I said yes, and blame the customer. Because those customers are so irresponsible after 9 years of prohibition to be so excited that they go and buy it all. Isn't that unreasonable? So think about it. We have a warehouse over there that's filling up. I think we have about 100,000 containers of cannabis that would like to go to new homes in different provinces, so we'll help fill them up again. But the effect is, it's probably going to run out again. And so whoever's on the night shift, don't get comfortable, you're still on the night shift. So if there's no more, do we have a further program? Do we have questions people would like to ask? Otherwise, I'd really like to say thank you for the people who have created, people who showed up, people who believe, and recognize that this is a good first step, but there's a lot of steps ahead. We're 35 million people, and there's about 1 billion people who want to be given access to regulated and educated cannabis. Thank you.
So just really quickly, so we've got 10 minutes more with Mark, and then he's got to make another media appearance. So 10 minutes at least of Q&A with the both of them, and then we'll see how it progresses from there. So right here.
At the last business meeting over in the community center, you will give permission to split the stock.
Yes.
2-to-1 or 3-to-1. Where does that stand?
So we had a vote, it's called a special shareholders vote. We had the right to split the stock 2-to-1 to 3-to-1, and then a company came along and bought about 104 million shares for about $5 billion. And so in the context of that activity, we've decided to pause, and that is expected to close perhaps October 31st or a little bit later. Once that closes, then we'll look at whether or not we split again. But when somebody comes along and offers $5 billion, you pause splitting.
And then if we could have some questions, about the day rather than about investor relations, we'll answer those.
I'll do investor relations.
Yeah, we can do that anytime that we want. So let's go right over here.
What's your biggest fear right now?
The world is opening up almost instantly. And Canada is the best example on the planet. We've never had a better leadership position in anything probably since Graham Bell. Now the question is, can we make the most of it? Can we get to every corner? Can we get them to come here? Can they understand our policy? Can we execute against this opportunity? Because we have more medical patients in Canada than the rest of the world does in our federally regulated platforms. That should mean we can do better science with a bigger cohort. It should mean that we can find all the answers. But we've got to do it, and we've got to go fast. And so the biggest worry is getting to be an old man and saying, we almost hung on to lightning. You want to make sure you get it all. Mark, do you worry about other things other than working with me?